Okay, so I do some different speaks. I speak a little bit at different things. I speak a lot at U of Air events. The last speech I gave, the title was "It All Starts with Belief," which actually I don't believe that's true, but belief is very important. And belief is very important for three main reasons. Number one, until you get the vision, belief is important to help you see the vision. Okay? And what happens to a lot of us, we just can't even see some things that are possible because it's still invisible. And so belief is important because when we get that belief, then we can see the invisible. And that's tough to do. The second reason belief is so important is because when you get that belief, you start getting into action. You know, you can believe all you want, or you can see a vision, but you got to get into action. So what we start doing is making that invisible, parts of that invisible turn into something that is visible and tangible. And then the third reason is because once we get to, we're going to have some type of setback. And when people have a good belief system, then that's all it ends up being is a setback, as opposed to turning into quitting. And I think belief is that really thin line that's in between both of those areas. So when we talk about people wanting to attain their goals, well, if you don't see the vision, you can't, there is no goal. If you don't get into action, you'll never achieve what you want, right? And once you get started, you will have setbacks in anything you do if you want to get to whatever that ultimate success is that you want in your life. So it goes a little farther than that. And I said it doesn't really start with belief, and I don't believe that because I think basically we run into this cycle. And the cycle is, what are we feeding our minds? Because what we're putting in our minds now becomes our thoughts. And some thoughts stick, and even thoughts that don't stick, you might think they're gone, but they still have some type of an effect on us. But the good news is, if we can get some of those thoughts that come in, and look, this is neutral, good or bad. When we get some of those thoughts that come in, the ones that come in are bad. If we can dismiss those thoughts quickly, if we can become disciplined enough to get rid of those quickly, they don't have a lot of power to really stay with us. But the ones that stay in our mind, what happens now is those thoughts start turning into ideas. And that's when things start to really formulate and start to become the visible. So once we get these ideas, and remember, this is not good or bad, it's neutral. Whatever it is, it is. So you get these ideas, and now that's when ideas turn into beliefs. Beliefs turn into action. Actions turn into results. Again, good or bad. And guess what that does now? What we're repeatedly getting as results now becomes that same food that we're putting into our mind and formulate our thoughts. So when we start getting good positive results on things, what does that do to us? We start believing that we can do more. We start seeing that success, and it becomes a cycle. And like I said, it's neutral, but think of it as the other way. When we start putting those negative thoughts and everything, we start getting negative results, what happens? We're starting this cycle of negativity. So this is the game I play, and this is such a short time to do it. I'm just kind of asking that you stay with me just for a second. And we're not going to get this deep. This is something Shelly can get deeper with you, but this is something we do in our talks. So basically in our faith, there's two rules when it all comes down to it that we live by, okay? And the first rule is always very specific to our faith. But the second rule, no matter what faith you are, or even if you just have just a moral code in general, is to do what? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Okay? That's just about in any part of culture in the world. So you get to asking these questions, why don't we always do that? Because it doesn't seem like that should be that hard. Love our neighbor as we love ourselves. But you go back and start looking at it, there's something implied with that. What's implied with that statement? Or with that command?
Love yourself.
You've got to love yourself. And this is the part that I think is really important, and I think it's really important with Shelly's class, but it's important for all of us, and that is we all have some type of baggage. We call it baggage, you can call it whatever you want. Every single one of us carries something in us that we have to fight every single day. For some people, it's very prominent. I mean, you could probably pick that out right now and say, man, this is my baggage. This holds me back. For some people, you got to dig a little bit deeper to find out what that baggage is, and it's not always just one thing. But no matter what, because we all deal with baggage, you got to understand this. Your success is not contingent on you getting over that baggage, because we all have it. If that was the case, no one would ever be successful. See, baggage does not determine your success in what you do. And just take some. I mean, some common ones. Abraham Lincoln suffered from depression, right? Well, we would say that he was probably a successful president. Oprah Winfrey, I mean, she suffered, I mean, she was abused as a child. I mean, just think of the success that she's had. She's got that baggage, and she'll tell you, you know, if you follow her, she'll tell you it sticks with her. But she doesn't let that determine her success. Okay? So, what I always ask people to do, and Shelley, I'll let you do this part, is I always ask people to take a deep breath, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just think. What is your baggage? What the area it's in? You know, it could be anything. You know, some of us, our baggage is, and a lot of people in here, you're in here for, is it your body? Is there something that is failing you with your body right now? And you just say to yourself, you know, if I just got over this, I would have success here. Maybe it's being overweight. Maybe it's being underweight. Maybe it's being a limitation of some sort. Whatever that is. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe there's something in your life that maybe you've done to someone else. Maybe you've wronged somebody. And in your life, you're just saying, you know, I don't deserve to be happy. You carry this guilt. I don't deserve success. I don't deserve to be happy. Maybe it's something as simple as maybe it's something you didn't do. Maybe one that you wronged somebody. Maybe you didn't do something that you felt you should have done that really could have changed something. Maybe it was something that happened to you. Maybe it was something where when you were young, you were just abused. You were verbally abused. Maybe you were physically abused. Maybe somebody just told you when you're young. Maybe it was just one person told you something when you're young that you weren't measuring up, and that has stuck with you the rest of your life. Maybe it's a situation. Maybe I'm too old to have success. Maybe I'm too young to have success. Maybe if I just got my family affairs in orders, I'd be successful. You know, if I could just get out of debt, I'd be successful. I'm broke. I can't be successful. I'm broke. You know, it could have been one of those. It could have been a million other things. We've all got it. So what do you do from there? And I think you have to do this. I think number one, you have to decide, you have to find out what that baggage is. What is it that's holding you back in your life that's not allowing you to be who you want to be or be where you want to be in your life? Number two, own it. Own it. And declare to that baggage that it is no longer going to hold you back. It is not going to have that power in your life. It's no longer going to affect the decisions that you make in your life. And then number three, come for a power of strength. Use that baggage as strength. I tell you, your baggage is somebody else's baggage, I guarantee it. And when you own it and you come from a place of strength, you beat that baggage. That baggage is not you. That's not who you are. I can tell you that you were intended to have a great life. You were intended to be successful. You were intended to lead a life of purpose and lead a life of helping others and lead a life of enjoying things that we have here. And it just comes down to claiming that life that you have for yourself. So thank you. I'll let Shelley take it. Appreciate it. Good luck with the program. Shelley is awesome. She's awesome. What I can tell tell you about Shelly, and I think we get these testimonies from the people that are here, and I think, you know, of course, her knowledge makes her different, her passion makes her different, but I don't think there's anybody that cares more about seeing people have success than she does, and that's truly why I think she's better than anything else out there. So, thank you, love you guys.
Thank you. So real quick, to sum up 1 second, I always say if you didn't have baggage, you wouldn't need Jesus. My baggage was workaholism, busyness, and addictions overcoming. You'll hear my story for God's glory as it unfolds. So those are mine that I've overcome, and I felt guilty over them, but then I really came